You guys know, if you've watched me before, I love poking the edges of the world a little bit, a lot of it. I had the greatest conversation with somebody last night who works in AI. And boy, did I have a great time. I learned a lot. It's raining out here, so it's going to be kind of hard to hear me, but I had to do this video. And this discussion was with a friend of a friend from Silicon Valley, from Palo Alto, California. And they just recently moved up to Oregon, bought some land, quit their job in the Bay Area. But AI. And he explained it to me last night. It made me feel maybe not better, but a little more understanding what I kind of already knew and what you already know. And that AI, AI is alchemy from the past, medieval alchemy. And you can look into that yourself. I'm not going to go into that. Been around forever, and we know alchemy inside of us. We know AI inside of us. AI is just what it is. It isn't what they tell you it is. It isn't what they are trying to pull over on you, and they are trying to play God. They want to be God, and I heard it from the horse's mouth. That's why he quit. Basically, he ran through a list of people that he worked with in the Bay Area, generally. San Jose all the way up to San Francisco. A group of about 20 of them, and they've all quit. They all bought land and left the scene, left the AI scene. He says it's down to about 4 people now. 4 humans that basically have pulled a big one over us to make us think that they have complete control. Man, I mean, check it out, and you can just see it, right? They make all sorts of little crazy things up into threats and and a lot of them are realistic and have been realistic for thousands of years. He said everything you're and everyone's afraid of has been here for thousands of years. And there's been certain people in the past, and you can look up all sorts of alchemists in the past that have used what we call AI now, to predict things, to put themselves in certain situations where they had control over the masses. Now, some of them were great scientists, and some of them were really smart people. So smart they were actually insane, geniuses. And we won't go into what they were doing. Let's forget about Epstein and all that stuff that's connected to this whole scene that's trying to stress you and me and everyone out. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it. And again, we create the world we live in, right? It's kind of hard to believe that we create this world. Well, you didn't create it, but you can create what you're doing now from this time out. I've been doing it for a few years, and I wanted to share this video because I've been practicing this. I make a lot of videos about dark stuff and light stuff, but that's why I do it, because in the last few years, I started playing with a few things and experimenting with a few things. And those things were just normal being, just being. I started experimenting with being and not living outside. And when I go on my bike trips, and you guys, if you've watched my videos, you've heard and seen a lot of this stuff, I leave and I don't look at my mail. I don't check the news, just a little bit here and there to make sure I'm not missing a total catastrophe. But when I step out of that other reality, and I live in this reality, which is a reality, hate to tell you, and I'm on that bike or I'm doing something, I'm focused in on it, and I'm surviving and I'm taking care of myself and doing the things right, thinking right, not from out there, thinking and using my internal tools and skills, everything changes for me. People start calling me, hey, Darren, hey, you need this? Hey, we want to help you. We want to help you do this. Like with this channel here, I wasn't going to do YouTube, but it's just growing nicely, organically. I do videos when I feel like it, which is often. I like to talk about things and express things. Makes me feel better. That's why YouTube is actually good for a lot of people. But I'm telling you, my conversation with this guy last night was liberating. I wish I could tell you who he was. I wish I could have him on here because it's just me telling you this. But if you're sitting there stressed out about AI, man, there ain't anything to be stressed out about. It's been here forever. going to be here, and you're going to be here. Humans will be here. There's going to be a few left, by the way, and won't all be gone. Can't happen. So until it's all gone, everything's gone, then it starts over, right? But bottom line, there's a lot of sure, there's stressful things. AI can cause a lot of problems for us. But what my friend told me was, ultimately, it doesn't matter. If you let it matter, it will affect you more. The stuff outside will resolve itself. The stuff in here gets worked out with you, and it gets worked with you first. Otherwise, nothing happens. Nothing changes. Nothing out there will change. You know, it's in here where it changes. And I've learned that a lot in the last couple of years. And I don't spend a lot of time unhappy or scared. Just the normal human stuff, right? I mean, that we've had forever, that we need to, you got to have a healthy amount of fear. But this overload, what's happening right now with everyone, I was very fortunate to have dinner with this guy and my other friend who introduced me to him, and get a little insight on what they're doing. And these are guys that were in it, and now they've stepped out. They stepped out because they see where it's going and where those others will end up. And that's where they're going. Thanks, man. Poke the edges of the world, but remember, if you poke too much like they're doing, you just end up finding yourself, and you might not like yourself too much. So, we want to like ourselves, right? We want to feel good, and we want to put out good. Thanks for watching this morning on this rainy southern eastern California morning.